Hey girl, Cyn Doll here coming at you with another video, and in this video, cream leave-in conditioners versus liquid leave-in conditioners, and when are you supposed to use them? In this video, I'm gonna answer those questions, so go ahead, get some juice or something, girl, and let's get it popping. Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. When it comes to cream leave-in conditioners and liquid leave-in conditioners, there's not one of the two that I do not use. I just have a certain place and time that I use a cream leave-in conditioner, and then there is a certain time and place that I use a liquid leave-in conditioner. When we are talking about protective styles like I have in my hair right now, I use a cream leave-in conditioner. Under this wig, my hair is braided back, and for protective styles, a cream leave-in conditioner is actually the best. The leave-in conditioner's job is to protect and nourish your hair. That is the purpose of a leave-in conditioner. A cream leave-in conditioner is formulated with wax. Now, it's not a really thick wax that's gonna damage your hair or anything like that, but it is formulated with a wax, and a wax is not meant to penetrate deeply into the hair shaft unless it is formulated by a chemist who made the particles that small. But for the most part, most of the cream leave-in conditioners are not necessarily formulated that way. Whenever we are talking about a formulation of a cream leave-in conditioner, we're talking about wax, an additive, water, a scent, and a preservative. So with all of those additives, even when you are using a cream leave-in conditioner for your protective styles, you don't need to layer products on top of the hair, and that is where most of us have our problems. Even when using a cream leave-in conditioner for your hair, this is all you need: shampoo and conditioner, the leave-in conditioner that you're going to use, a serum that you can put on your hair shaft whenever you finish, and some type of butter like a shea butter or something like that that will protect the ends. Those are the only products that you need whenever you're doing protective styles, okay? Now moving along to a liquid leave-in conditioner. I do not recommend using a cream leave-in conditioner for heat styling, and I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me because there's a pretty popular company that will remain nameless, and their entire silk press process is done with creams. Well, the problem with that most women are running into when you look in the comments of this post made on my community page.
Okay, I use the cream leave-in conditioner, but every time I straighten my hair, it only lasts for a minute and then it pops right back.
Well, I tell you guys all the time about alpha keratin and beta keratin. For those of you that are new here, alpha keratin is your hair in its natural state. Wet, not stretched, nothing done to it. When it's wet, your hair in its natural state is alpha keratin. Beta keratin is known as the new stretched state that your hair is in. So this is even if you don't do anything to it and you just let it dry on top of your head, if it's dry 100%, that is beta keratin. The problem with most people that do a silk press with a cream leave-in conditioner, a shampoo conditioner, cream leave-in conditioner, heat protectant, serum, and some type of heavier butter, or not even a serum but like a heavy oil, so that's a lot on the hair shaft, when in reality the idea of a silk press is getting your hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin. The average person has anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000 strands of hair on their head, and the purpose of getting a silk press is getting your hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin and getting your hair as straight as possible, getting as many of those 400,000 or 100,000 strands straight as possible. That is the key. So the reason that a lot of people's hair is reverting back whenever they're using a cream leave-in conditioner is because you pack so much product on top of the hair shaft that the water can never truly leave the cuticle, and there's always moisture locked in there on top of the layers of product. And a lot of times there cannot necessarily be wrong with using a cream, but you overuse it. You use way too much, so your hair never actually mistakenly left alpha keratin. You think that your hair is reverting back. Your hair isn't reverting back. It never left alpha keratin. It just gave you an illusion of that because you were able to slick the hair down on top of, with all of those products on top of it, so it retained heat just long enough to make you think you did something, and then it goes back. A suppress, your product selection should only look like this: shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, heat protectant, and serum. That's it. So we have that going for a suppress, and then a protective style where shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, serum or oil on the ends, and then some type of retention batter on the ends. So it's only 5 products each time around. And see, the problem that most of us have with, which is the reason why most of us can't, our hair always reverts back, or the suppress is never done properly, is because we're using too many products and we're using products in our own way. For example, a lot of people use the heat protectant that you're only supposed to use on dry, blown out hair. A lot of people spray that heat protectant on wet hair. So when something says thermal heat protectant, it is only meant to be used with a flat iron. A leave-in conditioner is the heat protectant for your blow dryer. If you look on the back of the Design Essentials bottle, it tells you that on the bottle. It is your protection not only from mechanical damage, it's protection from heat, because all we're thinking about is heat protection. But remember, you need protection from the heat, from too much sun radiation, depending on, you know, what's going on. For some people, the sun is great, but like too much interaction with the sun, environmental, you know, stuff, pollution, and all the different things like that. Leave-in conditioner is not just for straightening your hair. Leave-in conditioner can actually be the difference between you giving yourself mechanical damage and you not giving yourself mechanical damage. Just combing your hair. Forget about, you know, whether you're blow drying it or putting heat on it. We're not even talking about that. But a leave-in conditioner stands alone on its own. But a leave-in conditioner and a heat protectant are 2 completely different products.
2 completely different products.
Think about it. Every product line has a thermal heat protectant and a leave-in conditioner.
And they are not the same product, okay?
Know that a thermal heat protectant should only be used for the flat iron. A thermal heat protectant does not go on your hair when it is wet. We do not use alcohol-based products on wet hair, okay? Whenever you're using a thermal heat protectant, its job is to create a barrier on top of the hair shaft so the heat can bounce off. Okay, that is the purpose of a heat protectant. A thermal heat protectant creates a barrier that is resistant to heat. So that way you spray that heat protectant on, and then whenever you use a thermal tool, okay, whenever you're using a thermal hot tool, the heat protectant only allows the hair to absorb a certain amount of heat and then it retracts it out. That is the main mechanical purpose of a heat protectant, a thermal heat protectant, okay? But then when we're talking about a liquid leave-in conditioner, all of the additives work while the hydrogen bond is broken to go deep within the hair shaft to make sure that everything is protected from a internal level, making sure that that protein in your hair isn't separated. So while that hydrogen bond is broken and going back to beta keratin, we can make sure that none of the protein that is living within your hair shaft leaves. Okay, that is what a leave-in conditioner is for. It is not something that you should skip past. Okay, once again, I really hope that everything makes sense. This is really simple. I think we make it a little bit harder than it really has to be, because at the end of the day, it's literally all about what you're going for. So if you are going for more of a protective styling type thing, then a cream leave-in conditioner is fine. But if we're going down the heat aisle and the heat way, and like I said, I'm not knocking nobody, but for everyone who uses a cream leave-in conditioner and you see that your hair is always reverting back, it is simply because you're putting layers and layers and layers of a product that is made of wax on top of the hair shaft, because a product that is made with a wax like that, unless once again the particles are made small enough, like a OLAPLEX or something like that, unless the particles are made small enough, then what happens is it just sits on top of the hair shaft. So whenever you're just blow drying the hair, it's not a big deal, because it's just enough to make sure that it creates a protective barrier so the heat can bounce off and then you can move on about your business. But then if you go on top of that and you're heating up that wax, depending on how much you put in, especially if you're a person who overuses product and stuff like that, you are way safer just going down the liquid leave-in conditioner route, especially if you're new to doing your own hair, new to doing your own silk presses. I really implore you to use a liquid product, okay? A liquid leave-in conditioner. Like I keep saying, there are a couple of different cream leave-in conditioners that can be used on a silk press, but if you do not know what you're doing, you will give yourself heat damage by using cream-based leave-in conditioners if you do not know what you're doing, because they do create a thick layer on top of the hair shaft. They do not penetrate as deeply unless they're formulated by a chemist who knows how to do so. And I cannot name anything except for OLAPLEX off the top of my head that creates a leave-in conditioner with products small enough, with molecules, I'm sorry, small enough to go deep within the hair's cuticle without putting a layer of wax on top of the hair shaft. So I really hope that that makes sense. And lastly, I know someone's gonna ask if I had to say if there's anyone who does really just like, oh, I just need to use a cream. I do not recommend using a cream leave-in conditioner on low porosity hair at all. You already have a cuticle that is shut and really hard for it to receive moisture or anything like that. And once you do receive it, it's hard for you to let it go. So putting a cream leave-in conditioner on your hair is just like, oh my god, why? Like, your hair will instantly feel weighed down. But then on the flip side, if you have on the flip side, if you have high porosity hair like me, sometimes a cream leave-in conditioner, if you have the right one, a cream leave-in conditioner will actually help your silk press a little bit, because high porosity hair has a cuticle that's like wide open, always letting everybody come over for lunch and stuff like that. So sometimes, depending on the cream leave-in conditioner, sometimes it'll go within the hair shaft and help it stay closed a little bit more. Okay, so it just depends on your porosity for one, and it depends on what style you're going for. So I really hope that I didn't confuse you. I'm sorry, but no woman should really have any more than about 5 products that she uses on a regular basis. And of course, you can have a serum here, a serum there, maybe doing skin cell turnover week, you do something else. But you know, for the most part, everybody should have a pretty standard flow. Stop wasting your money, because how many products are sitting under your sink right now that you don't even use? So let's get into this. You know, humor your girl. If it don't work, then it just don't work, because guess what, the stuff you doing right now ain't working either. So let's get it to try, okay? I love you guys. Bye.